Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shwa Padantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Shahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Ladita Sri Visakanvitam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kantha Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangunam hayate girim jat kripa tam aham vande Sri Gurun Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitaneshwaram Katanchana Smriti Yasmin Duskaram Sukaram Bhavet Vismrite Viparitam Shat Sri Chaitanya Namamitam. Hare Krishna. Okay, welcome to everybody. So in the previous class, we have length discussion on the divine qualities especially. So Krishna touches the demoniac qualities, demoniac characteristic in the text number 4 of this chapter, chapter 16. And from the first verse up to the third verse, there Krishna gave, there are 26 divine qualities. So today we will continue our discussion and we will see more into demoniac qualities, demoniac nature, and what are their activities and what are their destination, and also the consequences of those activities. Hare Krishna. Yeah. We will continue from text number 5. Translation. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine quality. So we see here that Krishna, he is assuring Arjuna by saying, do not worry that you are belong to the, that you are born with the divine qualities. So actually, because Krishna is residing in everybody's heart, so he could understand Arjuna's feeling, Arjuna's mind. He could read Arjuna's mind. So because Arjuna, he's gonna fight with his superior, with his grandfather, with his teacher. So he's thinking, maybe I have these demoniac qualities. But then we see here Krishna give assurance to Arjuna that Arjuna is born with the divine qualities. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned, Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna by telling him that he was not born with demoniac qualities. His involvement in the fighting was not demoniac because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons such as Bhisma and Drona should be killed or not. Should he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige, or harassment. Therefore, he was not of the quality of the demons. So, actually, in the battlefield, when we are fighting in the war, without anger, we can't really fight. So without anger, we can't really fight. But here, Lord Krishna mentioned that Arjuna, he is born with the divine qualities. Even if he is fighting against his superior, against his grandfather, and against his own teacher, Dronacharya. So as we remember in our discussion in the second, not in the second, but yeah, it is in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Actually, that's since the beginning, from the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, first and second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we were discussing about the principles of killing. So according to principle, killing is wrong, and when we kill, we will get punished. But as far as killing under the superior order, under the order of the authority, especially when you are ordered by Krishna, by God, so that's become dharma, that becomes religious activities, that becomes glorious. We may see that, well, Krishna is inducing Arjuna to kill his own family members. But because Krishna is God, he's the Bhagavan, and dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam, dharma is enacted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by Bhagavan. Navai vidu risayunapi devahana siddhyamuka asura manusya, kuto nu vidya dara charanadaya. Dharma is not something which is enacted or created by the great devatas, the great munis, the great rishis, the vidyadharas, the charanas, the human being, the demons. No, dharma is something which is enacted by the Bhagavan, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranita. And whatever Krishna says in this Srimad Bhagavad Gita to induce Arjuna in fighting, so that's considered to be the topmost dharma. When Arjuna agreed to fight, that means he is surrendering to Krishna. He surrendered himself to Krishna. That means he is following dharma. So both actually being touched here. Arjuna's material swadharma and spiritual swadharma. So by fighting, Arjuna performed his material swadharma as kshatriya, and also he's following the spiritual swadharma, which is the instruction of Krishna. But if he avoid fighting and neglect Krishna's order, then he is considered to be adharmic. Okay. So this text is about destiny of the divine and demoniac. So those who are acquired divine qualities, their destiny is liberation, whereas those who are possessing these demoniac qualities simply create bondage. So we'll discuss about this more as we are progressing in this chapter. Text number 6. O son of Pritha, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine and the other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. So Krishna explained to Arjuna from text number 1 to 3. Now hear from me of the demoniac. Of course, Krishna, he touches the demoniac qualities in the 4th verse. But again, Krishna, he wanted to elaborate more on demoniac qualities. In the purports, Srila Prabhupada mentioned the conditioned living entities are divided into two classes in this world. Those who are born with divine qualities follow a regulated life. That is to say, they abide the injunction in scriptures and by the authorities. One should perform duties in the light of authoritative scripture. This mentality is called divine. One who does not follow the regulative principles as they are laid down in the scriptures and who acts according to his whims is called demoniac or asuri. So those who are having these divine qualities, so they follow the scriptures. Their life is in line with the scriptures. But those who are demon, they don't follow. They love to follow their own whims. Everything centered into their own lives, aham mameti, so this conception. So this aham mameti is not centered only oneself, but aham means I, mameti means whatever connected with me, mine, such as sutta, what is that? Pumsa sriya maituni bhavametam taror mito hridaya grantim aho ato griha ksetra sutta tapita irjanasyamoho yamahamani. So griha, his land, his house, his birthplace, griha, his field, griha, etc. Sutta, his son, his descendant, Sutta, Apta, Apta, Pitaihi, so his family members. So in this way, actually, they become bewildered. Aham mameti, janashyamo ho yamaham mameti. And sometimes also we find the demons, they are performing some religious ritual. So we may sometimes see this. For example, in the life of Ravana, for example, he is performing also yagya, but that yagya is meant only for the upliftment of his enjoyment. So this is also considered to be demoniac, just like Bali Maharaj also. Of course, Bali Maharaj is a great devotee. Like Sukracharya, for example, his main concern, Sukracharya's main concern is that for the material welfare of the demons, because Sukracharya is the spiritual, not, let's say spiritual master, the gurus of the demons. So whatever he performs, Sukracharya's perform any yagya. So that's for the benefit of the demons, to make their more powerful, to make them more wealthy, like this. So seemingly they are performing religious activities, but that activity is considered to be demoniac because that is centered to one's sense gratification. There is an incident in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam when Daksa insulted Lord Shiva. So there actually Nandi, the carrier of Lord Shiva, he became enraged, became very angry. And actually between Nandi and Daksa's follower, they were, before having this great fight, this havoc, they start a verbal fight. So Nandi mentioned very beautiful verse. Of course, he mentioned a lot of things, but one thing comes to my mind is that when he mentioned, what is that? Grihesu kuta dharmesu sakto gramya sukechaya karma tantra vitanute veda vada vipin nadihi. So Nandi mentioned Grihesu kuta dharmesu. So those who are in the field of uh, Grihesu, in the field of householder, Grihesu kuta dharmesu, Gramyas sukha, Gramya sukha, Sakto Gramya sukechaya, because they are too much attracted by the Gramya Sukha. Gramya Sukha means just sense gratification. Grihesu Kutta Dharmesu. So they are performing Dharma, Grihesu Kutta Dharma, but that Dharma is Kutta Dharma. We find in the second verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Dharma Projita Kaitavatra. So this is called Kaitava Dharma, means materialistic Dharma. So one may engage in performing religious activities, but if the purpose is for sense gratification, so that's considered to be Kaitava Dharma, Kutta Dharma, Kaitava Dharma. Sakto Gramya Suke Chaya. Karma Tantra Vitanute. You see, karma, they are performing activities. Tantra, they are performing some ritualistic activities, ritualistic ceremonies. Karma Tantra Vitanute. Veda Vada Vipinnadihi. So Nandi mentioned that even if they are performing these activities, that's actually superfluous, that's artificial. And they are performing this actually with wrong understanding. Veda Vada Vipinnadihi. They lost their intelligence. They missed the goal why they are performing these spiritual activities. So we see also sometimes the demons, they are performing great austerities. Like Hiranyakasipu, for example, he is also performing austerities, right? Rather, being austere is actually a divine quality. Being perseverance, determined, this is a divine quality. But when that qualities engage with the wrong purpose, wrong motivation, so that becomes a demoniac, like Hiranyakasipu performing his 1,000 years of austerity with such great determination, even after his body was eaten completely by the ants, remaining only the bone. It is described in Srimad Bhagavatam that Hiranyakasipu, he kept his soul, of course, he kept himself inside his bone, because all his flesh already eaten by the ants. So that's the understanding here. So sometimes people may go to the temple or may go to the church. Of course, as far as worshipping Krishna is concerned, as far as worshipping Krishna is concerned, even if one has material motivation, that's fine, that will purify. But still, in some sense, that's considered to be demoniac, although it is very, very subtle. So it is also not something that surprising. Even after chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we still have this demoniac tendency. Of course, that is very subtle, and this is actually our homework to overcome all these demoniac nature, demoniac qualities. All right, that's text number 6. Text number 7. Pravritim cha nivritim cha janana vidurasura na saucham napi cha charo na satyam te suvidyati. So this is very famous verse. 7, 8, and 9, actually. Very famous verses. So here, pravritim and nivritim. There are two words here, very significant. Pravritim means acting properly. Nivritim, not acting properly. So pravritim cha, nivritim cha. Jana na vidur. So they don't know what is to be done and what not to be done. So this is the translation. Those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. Na saucham, they don't keep clean. Na satyam, they don't follow truthfulness. Na satyam, na saucham, na satyam, na api chacharo. They don't behave properly. Achar means acting, behaving, like the word acharya. Acharya means we are teaching those who are teaching. An acharya means he is teaching through his example. So he's showing what he's teaching. So na cha charo, na pi cha charo, na api cha charo. They don't behave properly. So they don't keep clean. Drinking, of course, gambling is the principle of being dishonest. So these are demoniac activities. The purport of Prabhupada mentioned. Therefore, it is stated here that the demons do not know the scriptural rules, nor do they have any inclination to follow them. Most of them do not know them. And even if some of them know, they have not the tendency to follow them. You see, not only the non-devotees, but sometimes we as devotees, we have this tendency. We know something, we know the philosophy, should be done, but sometimes we don't follow. Sometimes we don't follow. Especially when we are chanting. This is very actually a deep-rooted disease, almost in everybody's heart, actually, being inattentive while chanting. We know that, there are 10 offenses against the chanting of the holy names, And in addition to that, there is one more, which is inattentive. It is also to be it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting of the holy name. So we know this. So normally those who live in the ashram, in the temple, so they recite these 10 offenses every single morning. But still, our tendency is, we love to chant inattentively. Yeah, we know the principle, but sometimes we don't follow. So this is also demoniac. So we have to contemplate, again into ourselves, try to analyze ourselves. Sometimes we are thinking the demons only those who are non-devotees, but even within us also, as devotees, as practicing devotees, we still have this tendency of demoniac, not to follow. I don't like to follow rules and regulation. Everybody wants freedom, right? It is our nature to be free, actually. Therefore, we want freedom. Everybody wants freedom. But what to do? Sometimes uh, there are some restriction, rules and regulation, and we don't like to follow that because it is actually our inner nature uh, to have freedom, to act freely, to be independent, right? But as far as rules and regulation in scriptures are mentioned, so we have to follow that. Otherwise, we will not attain the goal of life. Yasastra vidim utsija vartate kama karataha nasasidim avnoti na sukha na param gati. Yasastra vidim utsija vartate kama karata. So those who don't like to follow the rules and regulations set up in the sastra, in the scriptures, kama karataha, and simply acting according to uh, their own whimsical desire, kama karataha, nasa siddhim, they don't obtain the highest destination. Nasa siddhim, some siddhim means perfection actually. Nasa siddhim, awapnoti na sukam, they cannot be happy. Na param gatim, highest destination. So then they cannot attain perfection in life, they cannot be happy, they cannot attain the highest destination, which is the spiritual world. Just like a criminal, a thief in a country. So in every country, this is the rules that a thief is not good, and if you are caught up while stealing or robbing, you will be put into the jail for punishment. Don't think that those who are thieves, those who are robbers, they don't know the rules and regulations. They completely know, they're completely aware. They know that this is wrong, this is not good, this is sinful, but still they do it. This still they do it. Yeah, because kama karataha, the impulse, the urge of their material desire is very strong, and they act according to their own whims. That's the result, and that's demoniac. They have no faith, nor are they willing to act in terms of the Vedic injunctions. The demons are not clean, either externally or internally. One should always be careful to keep his body clean by bathing, brushing teeth, shaving, changing clothes, etc. As far as internal cleanliness is concerned, one should always remember the holy names of God and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vichayani vicharyani vichintyani puna punaha kripanasya dhananiva tvannamani bhavantuna. So this is we can find this verse in Padyavali by Srila Sanatana Goswami. So he mentioned Vichayani vicharyani vichintyani. So there are three things here. Vichayani means collect. Vichayani vicharyani, collect and then count, vicharyani, vichintyani, and remember. Kripanasya dananiva, twannamani bhavantana. So Sanatana Goswami pray that let me collect, let me count, and let me remember your holy name as how the materialistic people, Kripanasya dhananiva, how the materialistic people, they are collecting, they are counting, and they're remembering how much money they have. So we see in the life of the materialist, they collect the money, vichayani, vicharyani, they count the money, and then vichintyani, they remember how much money they have. Okay, for example, today he collect $100, for example, and then he count. Okay, I collect $100, I count, that's $100, and then he keeps it somewhere in his house, in his residence, and he remembers. Okay, now I have $100. Okay, next day again he earns another $100, so he collect another $100. He put them together. Okay, he put them together from the previous money, and then start counting from the beginning. And then in the next day again, if he earns some money, so he put them together and start counting from the beginning. He loves to count his money and remember how much money he has. So although they completely conscious. Okay, yesterday I had $200, for example. Now I earn $100, so I just put that's 300. But they don't feel satisfied. They put them together and start counting from the beginning. So this is should be our aspiration. Twandamani bhavantuna. Never satisfied with chanting of the holy name. We collect the holy name by our beads. We count and we remember the holy names. Of course, 16 rounds is our prescribed rounds, but we should not be satisfied simply by chanting 16 rounds. Chant more. Of course, in the this purport is quite big, and Srila Prabhupada also talked about the women protection in this verse. Very important that women should be given protection, because why the society is in havoc. Srila Prabhupada touching that point, because pravritim cha nivritim cha, they don't know what to be done and what not to be done. The so-called women emancipation is actually a big gate, open gate to bring the whole society into chaos. Because when woman is not protected, so we see this in the first chapter, Arjuna gave the argument that when woman is not protected, then the Varna Sankara in the society will be flourishing. When Varna Sankara flourish in the society, then they don't follow rules and regulation. They don't, nothing, no family tradition, nothing, no religious activities. So Prabhupada is very strongly speaking about women protection. It is not that we are controlling women in such a way as if they are our slave. No. Well, of course, women should be always obedient and be protected. In their childhood should be protected by parents. Their youth should be protected by husband, and in their old age should be protected by a grown-up son or son-in-law. But in the modern day society, women, they love to be free. They love to be free, traveling alone, especially unmarried women traveling alone. It's actually very, very dangerous. Men will take advantage of it and exploit them, and they don't realize that actually they are being exploited. But that's the reality. So unless the varnashram is really strictly followed, then there is no, even among the devotees also, if we don't follow strictly the Vedic culture, the varnashram culture, we are simply becoming a hypocrite. For example, here, in Mayapur, Hare Krishna, here in Mayapur, I saw like, many times this unmarried young girls and boys, they are driving bicycle together, and their style is very unique. So drive in one bicycle, three members in one bicycle, just like sandwich. Sometimes my mind really got disturbed, like sandwich. Man in the front, uh, the boy in the front, in the middle girl, and then the back side another boy. Or sometimes the girl in the front, and then in the middle a boy, and in the back side a girl again. This is like sandwich, and they are unmarried, they are very young, teenager, and for them this is all right, and for the parents also, let they do what they want. They are young, let they experience. Later they will come back to their senses, they will become serious devotees. I was talking with one of the parents here, and that's what I got. That's a response that I got. Let they do, they will experience, they will learn. Once they learn, they will come back to their senses. This is actually irresponsible parents. What if they, of course, I don't know what's happening actually, but what if they uh, committed breaking one of the four reg, illicit sex? What is that? Um, Matra swasra dvitraya navivikta sano bhavet balavan indriya gramo vidvam samapikarsati. In the ninth canto, King Yayati instructed Devayani, Matra swasra duhitraya. Na vivikta ashano bhave. One should not sit very closely in the same seat with his matra, with his mother, matra swasra, with his sister, duhitraya, with his daughter. Balawan indriya gramo, because the senses is bala, very, very strong. Vidwam sam apikarsati. Vidwam means one who is very, very intelligent, advanced in Vedic knowledge. Vidwam. Vidwam sam apikarsati. So they may also get attracted by sexual desire. You see, one should not sit with his own mother, sister, and daughter very, very closely, because the sense is very strong, and one may get attracted by sexual desire. And what speak of, you are young, you are still teenager, and you are mixing together boys and girls. Hare Krishna. Okay. Text number 8.
Hey Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Ram Saran Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, in the previous sloka,
Yeah.
Krishna says about people who know the scriptural rules and others who do not know.
Mm,
So when we speak of Varna system, about the first three Varnas, generally from the childhood there are samskaras and everything,
right.
and they have the knowledge of all the scriptural rules.
Mm,
What about the fourth Varna? Mostly people they don't follow any samskaras or scripture rules. So they have to be considered in a demoniac nature or ignorant nature, how it should be treated as.
so you are asking about the Sudra, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what about the Sudra, whether they are demoniac or how?
Yes, Prabhu.
Well, again, we have to see the Varna is not from Janma. So we shouldn't see Varna from Janma. We should see Varna from the Guna and Karma. What are their activities? So whether they are Sudra or not depend on their activities, you know. But of course, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is many times mentioned that the superiority of the holy names. Ahobata swapacho togari yan yaji vagre vartate namatuvyam. This verse, tepusta paste juhu sasnur arya. Brahmanuchur nama grananti yete. So when one chants the holy names, that means he is even, although he's born in the Chandala family, Swapacho, dog eaters. So he's actually surpassing the good qualities of the Aryans. He considered to be already studied the whole Vedic scriptures and considered to be traveled all the holy places and taking bath in the holy places. So whether one is Sudra or not, that's actually depend on their qualities and activities, not from Janma, not from birth. Guna karma vibhagasaha. Chatur varnyamaya shrestha guna karma vibhagasaha. So we see Sudra or not, depending on uh, their guna and karma, not from Janma. And like the another three, like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, those who are born in such a family, normally the families they are performing the samskaras, right? But Sudra, whether they are demoniac or not, but those who have these qualities as Sudra, mm, but as a Sudra also, at least two good qualities they should have, and namely the cleanliness and also truthfulness. So Sudra's duty is to be the servant of another three classes. And unless one is truthful, he cannot be a good servant. Or he also should maintain cleanliness, standard of cleanliness. So if he's not truthful, he's not clean, we cannot consider him even as Sudra. So we consider him even lower than Sudra. So, but when we are talking about birth, in which family we are born, so actually that's not really a big matter, because Krishna mentioned also was that Striyo Vaishas Tata Sudras Tepi Yanti Paramgatim. Mam hi partha vyapasritya ye pishu papayonayaha Striyo Vaishas Tata Sudras Tepi Yanti Paramgatim. Even one is born in the sinful family, Mam hi partha vyapasritya ye pishu papayona. Papa Yonishu. Papa Yonishu means one who is born in the sinful family. Sriyo Vaishas Tata Sudras. So even Vaishya is mentioned there. Vaishya is belong to the lower class also. But Mamhipata Vyapasritya. But if one is surrendered to Krishna, Tepiyanti Paramgati, he can attain the supreme destination, the spiritual world. So you have to be clear also about whether you are talking about the Sudras, who's the people who's born in the Sudra family, or those who are having Sudra in nature and activities.
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm asking about the people who are born in Shudra families, because see, these scriptural injunctions
Mm.
are followed in the three other varnas when they are born in a three varnas from Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. They
Mm.
follow the samskaras and all these things.
Mm.
But those who are born in Shudra families, there are no samskaras. They are not exposed to the spiritual rules and regulations.
Mhm.
So they come onto they do not know what it is. So how they are categorized as a demoniac nature or an ignorant nature? That was my question. Yes.
Um, it's a bit tricky situation actually. Yeah, of course. Like most of us also now here in the present age, especially in the present age, like most of us, we don't do the samskaras, especially those who are born in the Western countries. We don't know. We don't know the samskaras unless we born in the devotees family. Then our parents will arrange some samskaras. In Indonesia, still all right. Like in the Southeast Asian countries or in Asian countries, most of these countries which are actually part of the Bharatvarsha, of course, the whole world part of Bharatvarsha. I meant to say that those countries which is touched by the Hindus culture, so they have some ceremonies when the child is born, there's some specific ceremonies, these samskaras, that samskaras, especially in Bali, in Indonesia, we have a lot of ceremonies, like when you are 1 month and 7 days, and then 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and when you grow up 15 years, you have to cut your teeth a little bit. So I was asking, like, I also my teeth actually they were cut little bit. There are two teeth which is resembling like the fangs, like this sharp one.
Yes, yes,
So
carnivorous teeth.
that was cut little bit, and I was asking, and then the priest mentioned that this is to remove your demoniac nature. So those and my family, we are in Bali still following this very strictly, this caste system, by birth. You see, we in Bali, I'm giving my own example. We in Bali, we still follow this tradition, this caste system, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, and my family belong to Sudra family. But somehow or other, we follow this rules and regulation in the scripture. So we get this information from our ancestor tradition is there. But in India, I don't know much about that. Those who don't follow this, definitely those who don't follow rules and regulation, they are in the category of ignorance. They are in the demoniac category. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah.
I don't know whether that's giving you a clarification or not. But the point is that if they follow, so they have some certain degree of divine qualities. And actually, most of us here, we are mixed. We have these qualities, both demoniac and divine. So we are in a complete package, I would say, like that. Especially in Kali Yuga, nobody will be purely having divine qualities. Some mixture will be there. Maybe in Satya Yuga, up to Treta, Dwapara, we can find this. But in Kali Yuga, Kalo Sudra Sambhava, everybody is born Sudra. But even if we are born in the Sudra family, we still have some sense of, being good and follow some rules and regulations. So we are mixed. So to the degree of our, following these rules and regulations, so to that degree, we can see actually how much percentage of this divine or demoniac qualities within ourselves. So the point here is that if we follow rules and regulation, cleanliness, truthfulness, and respect to others, then we have these divine qualities. But if we don't follow, then we are in the category of demoniac. So no matter which family you were born, whether Sudra or not, but even in India, let's say like this, even in India, those who born in the Brahmin family, they have sacred thread. They don't follow good standard of cleanliness. The gross example is just like when somebody is eating street food, for example, this fast street food. We find this every single corner in India, fast street food. When you eat while standing, that is not the Brahmanical standard. That is
Yes,
Sudra
Prabhu.
standard.
Yes, yes, but they people those categorized from they know the spiritual rules, but they do not follow.
So this is
So
demoniac also. You
yes,
see,
yes,
birth
yes,
is
Prabhu.
not a guarantee that
Right.
you will belong to the divine uh, family, divine in nature. So
Yeah,
birth
yes,
is
Prabhu.
not a guarantee, especially in Kali Yuga.
Yes. Krishna has given my answer, but I foolishly was asking, you're saying neither cleanliness or proper behavior nor truth. That
Yeah,
is yes mentioned. Yes, Prabhu.
but thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Question is a sign of attentiveness in a class. I'm not saying that others are inattentive. I'm not saying, please forgive me.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. We continue text number 8. Asatyam apratistamte jaganahuraniswaram aparaspara sambhutam kim anyat kama haitukam. Actually, if you can memorize these three verses, they are all 7, 8, and 9. They are all actually in a chain, in line, very beautiful. It is not, these verses are not in the memorization verses that you have to submit, but if you can, this is actually a very good tool for preaching. Very
Okay,
good.
bro.
So Anishwaram, this is the conception of the demon. An-Ishwaram. Ishwaram means controller, and the word An means An-Ishwaram, no controller. So they are thinking that I'm the only controller. You see this picture I put here, Ravana. Kim Anya Kama Hai to come. The only thing that they know is that lust. There's no nothing more than lust. They say that this world is unreal. Satyam apratistante, with no foundation, apratistante. Jagan ahur anishwara, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. The demoniac conclude that the world is phantasmagoria. You know, phantasmagoria is like mirage in the desert, just like water. From far away, you see water, but actually there's no water. This is called phantasmagoria. It's illusion, illusory things that you think it is real. So the demoniac conclude that this world is phantasmagoria. That means this world is unreal. Well, we cannot say completely this world is unreal because it is real, because after all, it is Krishna's energy. There is no cause and effect, no controller, no purpose. Everything is unreal. They say that this cosmic manifestation arises due to chance material actions and reactions. They do not think that the world has created by God for a certain purpose. They have their own theory that the world has come about in its own way and that there is no reason to believe that there's a God behind it. So Srila Prabhupada, he actually, in many lectures, he mentioned that the foolish scientists, they have found a theory that this world created out of, what do you call this? A collision, out of bang, you know, out of boom. So Prabhupada said that how can a big bang, he called it, big bang, a boom can create something. Actually, bomb is destroying something. But the scientists, given their argument that this planet, this world created from this accident. So mixture between matters and there is a big bang taking place and the world is created. There is no purpose. Those who are demoniac, they are thinking life is only one. So just enjoy. Life is only one. There is no next life. Life is only one. Just enjoy as much as you can. They don't know what is the purpose of this creation. So we know what is the purpose of creation. The purpose of creation is just to rectify ourselves, actually, rectify ourselves. But the demon think that life is only once, there is no God in control. Just enjoy, especially sex. Everybody is driven, dragged by sexual desire. Yan mai tunadi grahmedi sukamitu cham. Kandu yanena karayori vadu kadukam. Tripyanti neha kripanan bahudu kabajam kandutivan manasijam visaheta dira. Prahlad Maharaj said, Yan mai tun adi, yan maituna. Maituna means sexual affairs. And the word adi means the prime, the most, the first, the beginning, the most important thing, the most prominent. Yan maitun adi grihamedi sukam hitucham. The only enjoyment for those who are materialistic is actually sex. People are working so hard because ultimately they want to attract the opposite sex. When I have a lot of money, the opposite sex will get attracted. When I can maintain my body strong and beautiful, the opposite sex will get attracted. So this is the idea of the whole world. Yanmai tunati. Grihamedi sukam hi tujam. Kandu yanena karayori vadu kadukam. It's just like itching. When we scratch an itch, so we feel some sense of pleasure, but then the result is that wound. So we get wound, we get blood. Karayor iwaduka dukam, and as a result is suffering. See, when you get an itching sensation in your skin, if you scratch, you feel like, wow, it's so nice. The more you scratch, the harder, the faster, the deeper you scratch it. It's so nice. But then after some time, you see blood and you're suffering. You get wound. Kandu yanena karayori vadu kadukam. Tripyanti neha kripanan bahudu kabajam kandutiwan manasijam visaheta dira. But those who are dhira, those who are sober, those who have spiritual knowledge, so they can avoid this suffering. They can tolerate the sexual impulse. Swavidvara, what is that? Swavidvaraha ustra karaihi samstuta purusa pasu. So the materialistic in the Srimad Bhagavatam compare just like these animals mentioned. Swa, just like the dog. Swa with dog, they are working so hard just to get some little maintenance. That is the nature of a dog. Even if you beat up the dog because the dog is being loyal, so still he will come back to his master. His master will give little food, and the dog is ready to sacrifice his life to guard his master. Swa with varaha. With varaha means the stool eater, just like the pig. This is demoniac quality. Swa with varaha. Ustra. Ustra means the camels. The camels, they are. What is the enjoyment of the camel while eating? What the camels like? Anybody have heard what the camels like to eat?
Thorns.
Yes, exactly. The thorn. So when they eat thorn, actually their tongue, their lips get cut, and they are actually enjoying their own blood. So Srila Prabhupada, to the purport of that verse, mentioning that this is the enjoyment of the demoniac people. They are enjoying sex so much. So sex is actually when a man discharges semen, that's actually blood. According to scientists, to produce one drop of semen, the body needs 60 drops of blood. So just like camel, those who are fond of sex is just like camel. Ustra karaihi. Karaihi means the ass, the donkey. Donkey also working very hard just to get a little carrot, a little grass from his master, and he's ready to load his back with many things, heavy burden. And also, when the donkey wanted to enjoy sex with the sea donkey, so he's ready to be kicked. Even like the horse, also, the horse, donkey. So when they want to enjoy sex, actually the sea donkey will give kick to the face of the donkey, and that's actually for the donkey, for the he donkey, actually an excitement. The more kick he gets, the more excited he becomes. So this is materialistic people, getting a wrong wife, materialistic wife, demanding this, asking this, that, I want this, I want that. And the man, because he's fond of sex and ready to fulfill whatever she wants. We are enslaved by sexual desires. The whole world is enslaved by sexual desire. Kim Anya, Kim Anyat Kama Hai to come. Sex is the biggest urge, the biggest impulse in this world. Although the demons say that life is a dream, they're very expert in enjoying this dream. And so instead of acquiring knowledge, they become more and more implicated in their dreamland. They conclude that as a child is simply the result of sexual intercourse between men and women, this world is born without any soul. So this is the demoniac mentality. They don't know. All right. Text number 9. Etam dristim avastabhya nastat manul pabudaya prabhavanti ugra karmana ksaya jagato hita. You see, jagato hita means destroying the world. Prabhavanti means flourishing ugra karmana, the ugra karma, the harmful activities. Ksayaya jagato hita. They simply destroying the world. Ugra karma, engage in painful activities. Prabhupada translate. Following such conclusion, the demoniac, who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. So this Alpa Buddhayaha in this verse, if we analyze word for word translation, Alpa Buddhayaha means little intelligence. Alpa Buddhayaha, small intelligence. But then Nastat Mano means loss. So the demons, they have small intelligence, and on top of that, they lost the small intelligence. They don't have intelligence at all. In other words, we can say like Sayaya Jagatavitaha, and simply destroying the world. The demoniacs are engaged in activities that will lead the world to destruction. The Lord states here that they are less intelligent. The materialists who have no concept of God think that they are advancing, but according to Bhagavad Gita, they are unintelligent and devoid of all sense. They try to enjoy this material world to the utmost limit and therefore always engage in inventing something for sense gratification. So this is demoniac mentality. Start from the iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4, now 11, 12. So inventing newer and newer device for gratifying the senses. Why we don't simply satisfied with iPhone 4, for example? Oh, it's old model, you know. The recent one, iPhone 12. What is the update? I don't really exactly know. iPhone 11 looks cool. So whatever the latest gadget just released, so everybody immediately attacking them, thinking that this one gonna give me satisfaction. Oh, finally, yeah, this one, the latest Samsung, whatever, this one with the 3 or 4 cameras, this one will give me satisfaction. Yeah, but yeah, it just keep go on and on and on, and we will not be satisfied. We keep running. What is that? Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyantiyat Surayaha Tejo Varim Ridham Yata Vinimayo Yatra Tri Sargo Mrisa. This is happening. Tejo Varim Ridham Yata Vinimayo. Just like we are seeing water in the desert. Tejo Varim Ridham Yata Vinimayo. Actually, there is no water, but our deer-like mentality, the deer in the desert, seeing the water uh, in a far distance, keep running to that spot. But then, after he reached that spot, he sees the water in another place and running again, running. So this is our situation. Maybe this latest gadget, this bike, whatever, this new car will give me satisfaction. Again, the latest car appear. Oh, I'm thinking to sell this one. See, it is out of date now. Getting a new car, or just like in the materialistic song, for example. Okay, song. Some songs just famous only for a month, As soon as another new song release, new song being created by another demon, so the another demons, those who are so-called fans of superstar in this material world, they are giving up the old song and start singing the another song. But we have only one song, and that's since time immemorial, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And we never feel boring to sing this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It's ever fresh. Nava Yavana, just like Krishna's quality, Nava Yavana, ever fresh. So as much as we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we will feel that this is the best. This song is really nice. So we don't change our song like the mundane materialistic people in the modern age, like okay, this song or movies also, we just reading the same thing, reading the same narration from the Srimad Bhagavatam, reading the same book, the Bhagavad Gita, this narration, Mahabharata, Ramayana, we never feel boring. Damodar Lila, 30 days, 1 month we're talking about Damodar Katha. And then next year again, we are waiting for the Damodar Katha also. So we never feel boring with spiritual activities. But movies, like, okay, these movies, and then next new movies come, oh, this one is boring. So things like that. And Srila Prabhupada, of course, in his purport, he talks about slaughterhouses. This is very, very demonic, slaughterhouses. Srila Prabhupada, in a conversation with a priest in, I think this priest is from Italy, yeah, Christian priest. So Srila Prabhupada said, why you are killing cows? Cows is our mother. Jesus Christ said, thou shalt not kill, but why you are killing? This slaughterhouse, if the government close the slaughterhouse, then everything will be all right. So slaughterhouses is one thing, and that's actually the biggest thing. And slaughterhouses, whenever there is cow slaughter especially, then the calamity will take place for certain, for sure. That's why cow, even now in India, where people worship cows, but still we find that cow slaughter is there going on, even in India. You see how amazing is Kali Yuga. Hiranyakasipu also, as soon as his brother Hiranyaksa was killed, immediately Hiranyakasipu, he wanted to kill Vishnu. And then he ordered his follower to kill all the brahmanas, the cows, wherever there is yagya, we should destroy that place. Kill all the brahmanas, kill the cows. Because Vishnu is worshipped by uh, performance of yagya, by the brahmanas. So this is Hiranyakasipu's thought. When we stop yagya, when we kill all the cows, so nobody will offer sacrifice to demigod and also to Vishnu, and in this way they don't have nourishment anymore. Well, for the demigods that applicable, but for Vishnu it's not applicable. So the demigods, they get their food, their nourishment from the performance of yagya by the brahmanas, and yagya is depending very much uh, from cows. They depend very much on cows. All the necessities for yagya. Gavo bhavishya bhuta cha gunu yagya pratinohita. Without gavo, without mother cows, yagya bhavishya bhuta cha. All the result of the yagya, yagyic performance, is actually the result is meant to be offered first to mother cow, because mother cow provide all the ingredients, necessities for the yagya. Uh, so when Hiranyakasipu thought, we kill all cows, we kill the brahmanas, no more yagya. In this way, Vishnu will become very weak, starving, and Vishnu will appear. And as soon as Vishnu appear, we shall kill Vishnu. This is demoniac, Hiranyakasipu's mentality. Okay. This is a lecture from Srila Prabhupada. The defect of the modern civilization, the demons and the Rakshasas, they are existing always. As I have told you, two classes of men are always there, but in this age, the number of a theist class or demon are very much increased. Otherwise, material world means for the demons, a theistic class, just like prison house. The prison house means it is meant for the criminals. Interesting, right? So this material world is like a prison house meant for the criminals. So even Brahma also, in one sense, he is a criminal because he wants to enjoy separately from Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said, every single soul in the material world is a criminal. Why we are here? Why people in the jail? Because he's criminal. So this material world is just like prison house, like the jail. So because we are in one way or others criminals, that's why we are here. One may be first class prisoner, one may be a third class prisoner, but it is prison house. Similarly, anyone who is in this material world, never mind whether he is Lord Brahma, or the insignificant ant, they are more or less all criminals. Hare Krishna. ah, all right. This is text number 9. We are planning to finish it up to text number 20. So I have tasks for all of you. How many of us here? 13 including myself. So there are 12 students are here and we have 11 verses remaining. So I want all of you, I will give each of you a verse to read the translation and then to read the purport, and you can share your understanding, your realization on that particular verse. So I have tried this in the batch 2 of Bhakti Sastri, and that works very nicely. Everybody was engaged and giving their understanding, which is very nice. And I love also to hear from all of you. So now I will divide the task here. Okay, the next verse, text number 10. I will give you 5 minutes to read the verses and the purport. Okay. So I want to request from Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, text number 10, Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu and Murali Krishna Prabhu, both of you, you can share this text number 11 and 12 because they are 2 verses in one. So Parasuram Prabhu, you get text number okay, Parasuram Prabhu, Prithvi Pati Prabhu, and also Ram Saran Prabhu. So 3 of you, you can manage this 13 to 15. And then, who else here? Rishi Kumar Prabhu, you get text number 16. Satya Madhava Prabhu, text number 17. And Somaka Prabhu, text number 18. Vanamali Prabhu, text number 19. Vishwambar Kripa Prabhu, and okay, let's see here. And Kumudaksha Prabhu, text number 20. Okay, so clear, everybody clear, right? I give you, we have like 15 minutes. Let's see, as much as we can cover, otherwise we can continue the next class from those who left, okay? Is that clear about the text?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
We
Prabhuji.
get 5 minutes from now and we will start from text 10 by Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I will play a soft bhajan.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
So, Prabhu, we will start from the verses given in order, right?
Yeah, in order. Okay, your attention, please. So, because Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, he missed the task due to some network problem, he said. So, I will take this text number 10. So, we will go in sequence. Okay, text number 10. Here we are. Translation. Taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in the conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac, thus illusion, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. Okay. Srila Prabhupada in the purport mentions demoniac mentality is described here. The demons have no satiation for their lusts. They will go on increasing and increasing their insatiable desires for material enjoyment, although they are always full of anxieties on account of accepting non-permanent things. They still continue to engage in such activities out of illusion. They have no knowledge and cannot tell that they are heading the wrong way. So as we know, najatu kama kamana upabhogena samyati. Havisha Krishna vat meva bhuya eva vivarpati. So for lust, actually, there is no uh, satiation. The more we try to give fuel to the fire, so the fire will demand more. Similarly, najatu kama kamana. The more we try to fulfill our material desire, that desire simply increasing. That desire will become burning more and more. So we will never feel satisfied. The result is that they become more and more attracted to two things: sex enjoyment and accumulation of material wealth. So chetato vimukachetasa indriyartha maya sukaya bharam udvahato vimudhan. So this is demoniac. Prahlad Maharaj said. So chetato vimukachetasa indriya artha, simply trying to satisfy their senses and accumulating wealth, indriya artha. Maya sukaya, and that's actually illusory pleasure. Maya sukaya varam udvahato vimudhan. This is the way how the vimudhan, the fools, think. So Srila Prabhupada gives the gist. Actually, there are two types of materialists. One is that simply getting attracted by wealth, and one is that woman hunter. So these two things, these two type of people should be avoided as much as we can. Actually, if we associate with those who are materialistic and women hunter, so we will gain their qualities. Another day, I got in a WhatsApp group post. Who is that posting? That just like we mix rotten vegetables, rotten tomatoes or whatever is that. So the another fresh vegetables will be rotten also. So similarly, association, to whom we associate, we gain their qualities. I think that Prithvi Pati Prabhu, you I think post that somewhere in a WhatsApp group. But that's nice. So that's the about this text number 10. So last, Indriya, material senses cannot be satisfied by material enjoyment. What is that? Indriyana duspurena nalena cha. So in the beginning we have studied this. Duspurena nalena cha. It is very, duspurena means very, very tough. Nalena cha, and it's never be satisfied. Indriyana, the material senses. All right. Yeah. So text, let's start with text number 11. Who get that?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu, please. You can start with reading the translation.
Yeah. This is a 11 and 12 combined, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think you, with whom?
My Murali Krishna Prabhu and for myself, it
okay,
got.
so you can share later. Please.
Sure. Translation. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of life, their anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. Purport, it's a summary. It's what I understand. The demonic mentality enjoyment is that they wanted to enjoy the senses till the end of the life, until the death. The enjoyment of the senses is the primary goal of the life materialistic people will be thinking, and they don't know what is the value of the life, and all the type of bodies they will be changing, but they will not understand what is the exactly how this karma they will be binding, and activities are putting themselves in this one. Their plans, they will be never finished, and they will be requesting the doctors or physicians to prolong their life for another 4 years, like that, even at the time of the last minute of the death. But they, Prabhupada mentioned, such foolish people don't know that physician cannot prolong the life. And so the laws of nature don't allow a second beyond what one is destined to enjoy. And the other part, second part is that Murali Krishna Prabhu would like to go with the second part.
You want me to read, Prabhu? The purport? Hello?
Yeah, sure, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay.
Or
I'll read
summary
the
also as you wish. Yeah.
The demonic accept that the enjoyment of the senses is the ultimate goal of life, and this concept they maintain until death. They do not believe in life after death, and they do not believe that one takes on different types of bodies according to one's karma or activities in this world. Their plans for life are never finished, and they go on preparing plan after plan, all of which are never finished. We have personal experience of a person of such demonic mentality who, even at the point of death, was requesting the physician to prolong his life for 4 years more because of his plans were not yet complete. Such a foolish people do not know that a physician cannot prolong life even for a moment. When the notice is there, there is no consideration of man's desire. The laws of nature do not allow a second beyond what one is destined to enjoy. The demonic person who has no faith in God or the super soul within him performs all kind of sinful activities simply for sense gratification. He does not know that there is a witness sitting within his heart. The super soul is observing the activities of individual soul. As it is stated in the Upanishads, there are two birds sitting in one tree. One is acting and enjoying or suffering the fruits of the branches, and the other is witnessing. But one is demonic, has no knowledge of Vedic scriptures, nor has he any faith. Therefore, he feels free to do anything for sense enjoyment, regardless of the consequences. Here, these people, the demonic people, they don't understand that there is a birth after the death. So they think that this is the final. So they wanted to enjoy as much as possible, like extending their life. They think that doctors can extend, but then when there is a notice comes, nobody can extend, and they don't know that the super soul within themselves, like is witnessing the all kind of sinful activities what they are doing. Like here, Prabhupada quotes an example: uh, two birds sitting in a tree. One is enjoying the fruits. The example. So, yeah, here I think that's what my understanding.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu and also Murali Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, as we have learned also in the previous chapter where Krishna mentioned Purusha Prakriti Stohi Bhunte Prakriti Jan Gunan Karanam Guna Sangasha Sharasad Yoni Janmasu. So there is another enjoyer within this body, and the real enjoyer is actually the Paramatma Krishna. Purusha Prakriti Stohi Bhunte Prakriti Jan Guna. Bhunte means enjoyment. So the real enjoyer is Krishna. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, there are two birds sitting in a tree. So yeah, very nice. Whether any question from other devotees regarding this text 11 and 12, you can ask to our Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu and Murali Krishna Prabhu. Whether any question? If there is no, we can go to the next verses. These verses without purport actually. Text number 13 to 15. But let's hear from the lotus mouth of great personalities in this assembly. Hare Krishna. So someone can read the translation.
Parshuram Prabhu, will you do the honor?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So the 13th sloka is the demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. So here, this is the basic scheme: wealth and property. People are attached. Think that if I get more money, more money, more money. That's all. If I get more money, then I will be able to fulfill all my desires. I will be able to live forever. But like Prabhupada says, wealth is already destined. There is no scope for economic development. What you have, what your karma is, according to that you will get. So these schemes, actually they land themselves into the graves. They are destroying the nature. They are destroying all kinds of problems we have. It is because of this. They say vikas. They want to do more and more development, right? More and more wealth, more and more income for everybody. But the truth is, this is just cheating everyone. The real wealth is chanting of the holy names. Prabhu, you can continue the 14th sloka.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. Yes, please, Prabhu. Ram Saran Prabhu.
So he thinks that the other person is his enemy. I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer of. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. So the qualities what Krishna is mentioning about the demoniac person, this states that this person is in a perfect state of illusion. Because he thinks, first of all, he thinks he is the Lord. And this also mostly actually suits to the most general people in general in Kali Yuga. Because as it is mentioned in Bhagavatam, the people who is very rich or very handsome, very active in sex, or he is a orator or whatever it is, the people respect him because these qualities are given respect, and this other person thinks that if I get these qualities or become rich by whatever means, if I kill people also to become rich person, still he is given the respect. So the demonic mentality is more and more prevalent in the Kali Yuga age, this age. And there is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice in this way. Such persons are deluded by ignorance. Because he knows, internally he knows that he is doing all sinful activities, but he wants to balance by doing some charity, show of charity, and he wants to balance his all sins. And he also thinks that he gain sympathy from the people, see that he has gained so much charity and he's a great noble person, but nobody sees that what activities you have performed to get that status. So this I feel that my understanding is, I don't know about other yugas, but this Kali Yuga is, we can see more and more people, but what Krishna has explained about the characteristics of a demoniac person. Yes, Prabhu. Who is the other devotees given this service?
This
Myself,
is Prithvi Pati Prabhu also.
Prithvipati Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Prithvi Pati Prabhu, you want to share something on these verses? You can read this also. I put from Surrender unto me a little bit. Is he there? Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. still there, but he's not there. Tadvantike, Tadanti. What is that verse?
Achintya Veda.
Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. Tadvantike, Tadantike. He's far.
Tadure Tatvanti.
Yeah, Tadure Tadvantike. He's far, but he's very close. He's here, he's not here. Okay, anyway, our time is up. The demoniac think that all has been accomplished by their endeavor. The next verse explain their actual achievement. So that's it. All right, thank you all very much. We will stop here, and in the next class, we will continue from text number 16 with those specific devotees appointed for each text. And yeah, I would like to inform that the next class will be on the next Saturday, because I will be having some session for the event of Gita Jayanti from 21st, 21st, that means day after tomorrow, up to 24, 21st, 22, 20, 22, 23, 24, 22nd, yeah. So for 4 days, I will be having some session in the evening for Gita Jayanti for Indonesian devotees. So we skip this, our next class on Wednesday. So we skip that. We will resume again on the next Saturday. And we will start with text number 16. And who is that? Text number 16? Get that?
Myself.
Yeah, Rishi Kumar Prabhu, and then text 17.
Myself, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Satya Madhav Prabhu, text 17. Text 18, who's that?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Somaka Prabhu. And then 19.
One more.
I am Prabhu, if possible.
Yeah,
19.
Vanamali Prabhu, text 20, Vishwambar Kripa Prabhu and Kumudaksa Prabhu. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.